Family, 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 family. What it do, my Israelite family? Brother Judah Israel once again, and I have another message to share with the listening ears of Yah's people. Let me give it up to our Father. Thank you, Father Yahuwah, for another blessed day in the mighty name of Yahushua Mashiach. Blessed be the Ruach HaKodesh. Family, this one will be called, Don't Let the Enemies of Darkness Play You by causing you to lose your salvation. Don't let the enemies of darkness play your family by causing you to lose your salvation. Now the word does say, nothing and no one can pluck us out of our Father's hand. And that is so true. But see, family, what we all need to understand is, before we were even created, there was a spiritual war going on. Okay? There was a spiritual war going on in heaven. Because once our Father Yah told the spirits that he created and Lucifer, he told them that they would have to serve mankind. So Lucifer, that great archangel, wise, beautiful, handsome, he said that Yah was wrong because they were spirits and that they shouldn't have to serve something that he created out of dirt. So he still believed that our Father is wrong. So he managed to influence 1/3 of the angels that were in heaven to think like he was thinking, to be against Yah. Because they was just too prideful to serve this little bitty man and woman made out of dirt by Yah. So they rebelled. And in this video, in this message, this lesson, it will show family that the battle started in heaven with our Father and this archangel Lucifer, and they was cast down to this earth. And also, be mindful, family, that later on, before the flood, 200 more watcher angels, instead of watching over mankind for protecting them, they chose to come down and have relations with women. So, and then they had offspring with women, and they became giants, the Nephilim giants. And then the giants started having offspring. And so the earth got really populated with giants. So our Father Yah brought the flood. So the spirits of those giants are still here, but the 200 angels that had sex with women, they are all bound. They are all bound in different places in the earth, waiting for judgment. But their offspring, the Nephilim giants, 1/10, a 10th part of them, Yah allowed to stay in the earth. So it's millions and millions of fallen angels with the Nephilim giants down here among us people, with us people down here on the earth. And since they're, and Satan, he's their leader, and he got all of those fallen angels and evil spirits to agree with him that our Father Yah made a mistake by saying the angels will eventually have to serve mankind. So they're still out to prove that our Father is wrong. So our Father created man. Eve was deceived. Then she shared some of the forbidden fruit with her husband, and they both were deceived. And Satan, with his trickery, he's very crafty. He didn't snatch them out of Yah's hand because he couldn't. But he's wise. And he tricked Eve with words. Told her half-truths and lies, which equals a lie. It was just to deceive her. He was out to bring Yah down by causing mankind to fail. So he's still out to prove Yah is wrong. So he's going to do everything that he can, because Yah made man and woman in his image. And many of us belong to our Father. And so Satan and evil spirits and the fallen angels are out to go against us with everything they got to bring us down. but it's ultimately against our Father. But since they can't touch him, they come at those that he created in his image. They hate us just as much as they hate our Father. So family, please be mindful of the title of this. Don't let the enemies of darkness play you by causing you to lose your salvation, family. They can't pluck us out of Yah's hand, but they are trickery. They know that we are flesh, and flesh has desires. So these evil spirits have all taken on personalities. There's millions of spirits. I would actually say, as far as the fallen angels, the 1/3 that was cast out of heaven by Michael and the good angels, I would actually say, if somebody asked me, that I believe that it is more fallen angels down here on the earth than people. And then plus you got the evil spirits, those Nephilim giants, we got to deal with them too. So the deck is really stacked against people, and the only way we can attain victory against them is through the word of Yah, family. So please, the Ruach gave me this the other day. I had in mind to do another message that I had all the scriptures taken out, but the Ruach gave me this the other day at work, and the Ruach woke me up this morning about 2 o'clock. And so I knew that I had to put this together, and I'm going to serve it up right now. Okay, family? So we got to always be mindful also, family, that we are in the army of the Adonai. Remember that song? I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. See, I know a lot of us want to just, just be men and women of Yah and everything go peaceful, and we don't like drama and stuff like that. We don't want nobody messing up our video and our lives and stuff like that. And ain't nothing wrong with feeling like that. But see, we are soldiers in the army of Yah. The war was going on. Remember I said, the spiritual war against Yah and the good angels was going on against Satan and the fallen angels before we were even created. So this war has been going on. So don't think it's about you, it's about me, it's about, somebody trying to mess up your life. No, this is Satan against our Father and our Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. They're his arch enemy. So we are made in his image. So guess what? We are Satan's arch enemy also. And these evil spirits, they hate us. Everything that we try to make pleasant about ourselves and relationships, they want to tear it all down. They bring in discord, division, and they use people to do it. People in their flesh. Nobody's off limits to them. So family, I'd like to start by saying, please keep Yah's 10 Commandments found in the book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through 17. And I'll start out reading from the book of Ezekiel. And this passage here describes that rascal, Lucifer, Satan, one who's full of pride. Okay? This is our Father's arch enemy right here, and our Messiah. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 12 to 19, and it says here, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, Thou sealest up the sum full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. This is the description of Lucifer. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of Elohim. Every precious stone was thy covering. The sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, and the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou was upon the holy mountain of Elohim. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of Elohim, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty, pride, Okay? Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thy iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of them that behold thee. And I can't wait to see it. All they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee. Thou shalt be a terror, and never shalt thou be any more. So Allah, our Father, Yahuwah, is going to allow us to see this rascal when he bring him down. And also, as he bringing him down, to prove to him that he is king of the universe, and also to show us his power. That he always had power over Lucifer, but he was just allowing that rascal and his evil spirits and fallen angels to operate in the world just to serve his own purposes. But once his purposes has been served and they are complete and he has no more use for them, they are done. All of them. Their end is written. When they come around me trying to harass me, evil spirits, I start singing the song, fire and brimstone, you gonna burn and burn, and you're gonna scream real loud now. Sometimes I just, put some of my own lyrics in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like to let them know, I know your future. It is written. You can't come around me and scare me and make me all intimidated. I know your future, rascal. All of y'all. Y'all under our feet where Yah has placed you. Okay, family, from here I'll be going over to the book of Revelation, chapter 12. And Yah said that he was going to cast them down to the earth. And this right here in Revelation chapter 12, verses 7 and 9, up in there, it describes how he allowed Michael to cast him out of heaven. See, our Father didn't have to touch him. He got mighty angels. Michael, the Archangel Michael, he's the angel over the nations. So he has great power. He's strong as I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? These angels Yah created, some of them are the ones holding whole planets in their orbits. Do you know what I'm saying? Yah has all power. He didn't have to touch no Lucifer. He got angels that could deal with him. You know what I'm saying? And then he give the word to the Messiah, and the Messiah give the word to the archangel. They have order. You know what I'm saying? And so Michael, took him down. And then the other good angels that didn't rebel took down the 1/3. But they are all innumerable. They can't be numbered. They can't be counted. There are billions and billions of fallen angels among us. You know what I'm saying? So don't ignore these rascals because, you know what I'm saying, it's like, I'll elaborate some more when I get to the Testament of Reuben. Okay, let me just read this here in Revelation chapter 12, verses 7 to 9. And it says here, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, family. He was cast out into the earth, and he's still here to this day. And his angels were cast out with him. They walk among us daily. Okay? They walk among us daily. So it's best to stay off their turf. It's best that we stay off that turf, especially us people of Yah. And they know exactly who we are. Because in the spirit realm, Yah has marked us. So they know who Yah's people are. They know the Israelites. They know the elect. They know who these saints are. So we'll do ourselves a favor by not being led by our flesh. And if somebody say something to you like, man or girl, if you feel it, just do what you feel. That's the worst advice anybody could give anybody else. Because evil spirits play on what we feel. They play on that. And you can call yourself maybe feeling some type of way, and you can have company that don't even know it because they're invisible. You know, I didn't start becoming aware of the activity of evil spirits until I was converted. And then I realized they had been influencing me when I was in the world, but I was not aware of it. I thought I was just being myself. I'm telling you, fam, when I speak on these things, I know what I'm talking about. You know, Yah will not allow me to have all the experiences I've had in my life with these things to just keep it to myself. So I know what I'm talking about, y'all. They are, you know, they are apt to take us out. You know, and sometimes they harass people so much and people commit suicide. But I wouldn't recommend nobody do that. See, there's a covenant from Yah with all people because he gave us life. And if you call yourself taking your life, you severed the covenant that Yah had with you. So you didn't make it. And if you're trying to take yourself out to escape the harassment of evil spirits in this world, when you take yourself out and this body dies, your soul enters the spirit realm. Now you can see them. Now you can smell them. All the senses are hiding. Now you're in that realm with them. And because you took your life, you ain't going to paradise. Now they get to torment you and you see them as they doing it. So whatever we deal with, family, in this world, we must be overcomers. We must overcome everything. I'm telling you, because they harassed me to the point when I first became aware of their presence. I had been walking as a saint since 1999. But when I became aware of their presence and that they was focused on trying to destroy my life, this started in 2011. I have been saved 12 years. And I'm telling you, hey, I thought I was into the word. I was only into the 66. I was, but man, I'm telling you, it's scared the living crap out of me. These things are real. And they are out to destroy your life. And the only thing saved me was I just dug into the word more and more. I started buying other spiritual books on, you know, the activity of these things. Like I mentioned before, the divine revelation of the spirit realm, a divine revelation of heaven, a divine revelation of hell. You know, and I saw the activity. Now, her name was Mary Kay Baxter, and the Messiah, you know, had gave her these gifts so she could write books to let his people know that these things exist and hell does exist. And a divine revelation of heaven, he allowed her to see different parts of heaven, and you know, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And and then another book called Pigs in the Parlor. You know, and so I was trying to figure out how to counteract them with the harassment, and all I knew is to just dig deeper into the word. There's no other way to defeat them but the word of Yah. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, I was getting stronger and stronger, you know. And, you know, the fear left. I said, okay. Now, then I started thinking, man, if they could have killed me, they would have done it a long time ago. They was trying to intimidate me. And then I read into a book, it's like, you know, they're empowered by our fear. I said, oh, so let me stop helping them out. You know what I'm saying? And so where I am now in my spiritual walk with Yah, you know, I know that he has all power, but these evil spirits are down here on the earth among us, family, and they walk among us. But I wasn't aware of it when I was in the world, getting drunk, committing revelings, you know, getting loud, singing, dancing, getting drunk. And that was one of the activities where people won't make it into the kingdom if you keep it up like that. So I thank Yah that he was merciful and long-suffering toward me and many of you, family. And he didn't allow us to die in our sins. Because I had many, you know, spirit of fornication. I didn't know I had no spirit of fornication. I thought I was just, you know, into the opposite sex like that. But when I got converted, after I was converted for about at least 12 years, then I started becoming aware of these lustful spirits coming around me. I'm sitting up at home by myself watching a football game, and all of a sudden I get a sexual arousal. I'm like, what is that for? I ain't got no wife. What am I getting sexually aroused for? And I started becoming aware of these lustful spirits. When they come around me, my skin crawls. I get goose pimples. And then I start binding and rebuking. You know what I'm saying? They try to lead you to masturbate. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know all that in the world until I got converted. And y'all, when I read in the testament of Reuben, he was talking to his kids about how he was bound by some spirit of fornication, where he did some things that he regretted and that he didn't know until he became converted. Okay, now I'm done with Revelation over here. So now I'm going to the book of 1 John chapter 2. But it's very, imperative, family, that we get this. We get, we are in spiritual warfare. And these things, they hate us. And the safest place to be is in Yah. But in the world out there, you know what I'm saying, it's like you vulnerable. People out there getting drunk, doing drugs, like the Bible say, sorcery, that's drugs. Pharmaceutical, that's drugs. You know what I'm saying? So you out there on these demons' turf. And like sometimes every now and then you hear about shootings going off at clubs and stuff. Those evil spirits are partying right among the people as they get drunk, doing drugs and stuff. And you often hear about somebody that got killed, because they, you know what I'm saying, they right up in there. Some fly around the place, but then you got other ones walking all among the people. I've read books. This is the activity of what evil spirits do. And their intent is to destroy everybody they can. You know what I'm saying? And they work on the weakest people. They want that person to destroy other people's lives and their own life. They're so destructive and they perverted. It's just crazy. And I'm like, oh man, once I start learning all the spiritual knowledge about our enemies, I'm like, wow, I don't never want to do anything to join with these perverted, evil, ungodly things, these spirits, because they hate Yah, they hate our Messiah, they hate us because we are made in this image, and they know that Yah's intent is to cause us to spend paradise with him, and they want us to go to hell where they know they're going. So don't help them destroy your life, family. This stuff is serious. When people reject the word coming from a sister or a brother of Yah, they're not rejecting us. The word says they're rejecting our Father, because the word is from him. We're just promoting the word. We're trying to share the word. This is what he got us doing by the Ruach. But when people reject it, I don't even take it personal, because I know they are rejecting our Father. And he's going to remind them, if they don't turn away from that, when they come to see him, when it's their time to stand before him. He's going to tell them, I sent you my daughters. I sent you my son. You rejected my word. You rejected me. They showing that they hate him when they reject the word of Yah. So I don't take it personal when people don't want to hear the word of Yah. It's all stated in Scripture that they're not rejecting us, they're rejecting his word. And they rejected him. Okay, so I said 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. And it says here, this is how spirits, manipulate people and get them to sin. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16 says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. Now, family, I'll be going over to the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch. Okay, and I got to come back to the 66. But right now, the book of Enoch. I don't have my small Enoch book. It's in the room, but I'll be reading it from here because they got more detail in this one here. And it should, because it costs more. Okay, Enoch, I said chapter 15, verse 8 to 12. Family, remember, I've read this before, but be mindful, this is the activity of these spirits, okay? This is the activity of them. And now the giants who are produced from the spirits and flesh will be called evil spirits on the earth, and their dwelling will be on the earth. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies because they are born from men, and their beginning and primal origin is from the holy watchers. There will be evil spirits on the earth, and they will be called evil spirits. As for the spirits of heaven, their dwelling will be in heaven. But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born on earth, their dwelling will be on the earth. And the spirits of the giants afflict. This is what they do to people. Oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, work destruction on the earth, cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst. See, they always walk around hungry and thirsty. In order for them to get the thrill and the feeling, like as if they're eating or drinking themselves, they got to come on somebody's body. They'll come inside of you just to feel the pleasure of what you're feeling. I'm telling you, it's just that serious, family. You know, sometimes people could eat a big meal, a full course meal, and then later they eating again. You know, because these things, they be around. You know, and some people just eat and can't stop eating. You know, some people get so big they can't get through the doorway. In a lot of cases, it's because these spirits are using their body for their home. Scripture talks about that in the book of Matthew. They use your body for a house. You know, I mean, that's why I call them weak. You know, they're cowards. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like they come around you to ease their misery, but at the same time, they're trying to kill you. They operate in your mind. They can put thoughts, suggestions, and ideas of wickedness up there to make you do things that are against Yah. And they know if you die with those sins, then they got something on you. Their ultimate goal is to lead you to hell. That's what they're trying to do. They ain't playing. The Bible said they come to kill, steal, and destroy, family. You know what I'm saying? And they play on people's feelings, you know, your desires, the stuff you like, overreaching, you know, gambling, trying to get rich. You know, I mean, hey, I'm telling you, I'm going to read some of these again. And the spirits of the giants afflict, they oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, work destruction on earth, cause trouble, they take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. They have people fighting with each other all the time, but all the time they be manipulating the stuff behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And these spirits will rise up against the children of men and against women because they have proceeded from them. So family, be mindful of their activity. You got to stop looking at other people as your bona fide enemy. They may be, but they are being moved by these evil spirits, family. That's where the fight is at. That's where the fight is at. And there's one coworker of mine, you know, first we was cool last year when and I shared with him that, you know, eventually I'm a man of God, you know, I'm a man of Yah. And, but I didn't explain to him, not that Sunday church stuff, but I said it to him today. So he actually, I know that spirits was moving him to try to cause, you know, a scene, but I would never get in my feelings and my emotions, you know, because I know that he was being manipulated by unseen spirits, you know. So he just stopped being cool with me. I hadn't done nothing wrong to him. You know, I try to practice what I preach. Our Father said, love your neighbor as yourself. I try to practice what I preach, family. You know what I'm saying? And so I shared with you guys, I started Monday, because before this, I didn't really need to pray for my co-workers because everybody seemed to be so cool until our president legalized segregation again. And then some started, you know, I can get a little beside themselves. Not like I said, not with words, but with attitude, you know. And so, you know, I was reminded in my spirit to start praying for these people. So I started that Monday, and I said, I'm gonna pray for them every day. Every day, because I love peace, y'all. I love peace. I don't like no drama, you know what I'm saying? Division, discord, and all the fussing and fight. I don't like it. I don't like it with nobody. And so I was on my knees last night, lifting, people up in prayer. Of course, my family, my YouTube people, my YouTube family, and my co-workers. And I say, Father, for those who I believe the spirit of the enemy is using the most, who are bringing the most discord and division, I say, Father, I ask you to bless them with 3 portions of protection against the spirits of darkness. Guard their minds, Father, from the attack of the enemy. Guard their minds from the thoughts, the suggestions, the ideas that they put in people's heads. I say, protect them, Father. Protect them, Father. Let there be peace in the atmosphere on the job, And I prayed a triple portion of protection over the ones that I saw the enemy using the most. And after that, I got off my knees, and like I said, in prayer for my family and my YouTube people, my YouTube family. And then I went to work this morning. It's been peaceful ever since I started praying for the people on my job, my co-workers. And I thank Yah for that. I even gave him a prayer of thanksgiving, that was just dedicated to him, a prayer of thanksgiving for answering my prayers. And then out of the blue, while I was working today off by myself, the dude that I said I used to be cool with, and he came over where I was at, and he was smiling. And I, do a fist pump for him. Everything cool, man? He said, everything cool, but he ain't no fist pump back. And then I said, okay, and he was walking off. And then I felt that I needed to say something. I said, bro, I ain't never, ever had no problem with you. So I don't know why all this drama is coming from. But I do know it. Like, he ain't gonna understand it because he's not even a believer, And I said, what is it that you say that I have done wrong to you? But he really couldn't even pinpoint nothing because I haven't done that wrong. I know that he's just being talked to by these evil spirits who got it out for me because I promote the word of Yah. You know what I'm saying? But I have been praying for these people now. And then so he said, okay, everything cool. I said, bro, let me show you something. I said, with my life, man, this is what I be about. I showed him my YouTube channel. I said, man, my life is dedicating to sharing Yah's word with his people, man. When I told you last year that I'm a man of Yah, a man of God, I wasn't talking about that Sunday church stuff, worshiping on Sunday and celebrating holidays. I said, no. I said, I know why my people came to this country the way they did. I said, I'm teaching my people the truth, man. I say, my Father teaches us to love your neighbor as yourself. I say, bro, I ain't never had nothing against you and nobody here, man. You know what I'm saying? My Father tells me to love my neighbor as myself. And I say, I'm afraid to do otherwise of him. I'm so afraid of him. I'm afraid to do something wrong. I don't want to do nothing wrong anyway. And I said, man, this is where I stand, man. This is how I always carry myself. I said, man, I got wickedness out of my system years ago, way before I came to this job, bro. And then he seemed like he was really hearing me then, because you see, I'm cool. I try to be cool with everybody, man. And then when I gave him a fist bump, he gave me one back. I said, we cool, man? I said, I thought we was always cool. He said, yeah, we cool, it's cool. So y'all did this because I lifted that brother up in prayer. You know what I'm saying? When he tell us to pray, that's what we should do. And I'm going to make sure I keep everybody lifted up in prayer. If it's going to bring peace, that's what I love. Peace. All right? I mean, it's like, my thing is like, if I got to work with people, the best thing is to be able to get along with them. Now, I ain't with all that drama and stuff anyway. It don't make no sense. I'm not here to, it's like, this ain't the place to try to make the best friends in your life. No, it's to get along with people, work and do your work, and go home. You know what I'm saying? But at least be at peace with people. Even if we're not friends, we could be friendly toward each other. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? All the drama, I ain't here for all that, man. If we ain't cool, I just wouldn't even look at him no more. Because I knew he was being moved by something behind the scenes in the spirit realm. But our Father led him over there to say something to me so we can have a man-to-man talk. And we did that today and fist pumped at the end. So I thank my Father Yah for that. And I'm only doing what he said to do. He said, pray for people. Pray for your enemies. Pray for those that despitefully use you. and persecute you. I wasn't saying that he despitefully used me or persecuted me any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? If he had, I don't know it. I'm not aware of it. But I just prayed for the man because I saw that he had some division in his spirit. You know, I just didn't know where it came from. But the enemies, you know what I'm saying? But I hadn't done nothing to him physically or by word of mouth or nothing. As well as nobody else on the job. But anyway, I thank our Father for icing that for us. You know what I'm saying? It's peace again. All the answers ain't our Father. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, family, I'll be going to the testament of Reuben, the oldest son of Jacob and Leah. This is the one who was over the tribe of Reuben. The tribe of Reuben is from him. Okay, now, he's talking to his children. Okay? Listen up, family, okay? He's talking to his children and revealing to them about some stuff that he was dealing with. Okay? It says here, Testament of Reuben, chapter 2, verse 1 and 9. And it says here, and now hear me, my children, what things I saw concerning the 7 spirits of deceit when I converted. He said, and now hear me, my children, what things I saw concerning the 7 spirits of deceit when I converted. See, that's the same thing happened to me. I wasn't aware of these spirits until I was converted. When I was in the world, get drunk, doing dope, selling dope, you know what I'm saying, doing my little thing, I wasn't aware of no spirits, fornicating. I wasn't aware of no spirit. I had seen some before, but I didn't know that they was in your life like they are. They trying to take you out, but I wasn't aware of all that. I became aware of all that once I had become converted. Okay? As I continue, verse 2. Therefore, 7 spirits are appointed against man, and they are the leaders in the works of youth. And 7 other spirits are given to him at his creation, that through them should be done every work of man. The first is the spirit of life, with which the constitution of man is created. The second is the sense of sight, with which arises desire. The third is the sense of hearing, with which comes teaching. The fourth is the sense of smell, with which tastes are given to draw air and breath. The fifth is the power of speech, with which comes knowledge. The sixth is the sense of taste, with which comes the eating of meats and drinks. And by it strength is produced, for in food is the foundation of strength. The seventh is the power of procreation and sexual intercourse, with which through love of pleasure sins enter in. For what reason it is the last in order of creation and the first in that of youth, because it is filled with ignorance and leads to the youth as a blind man to a pit, and as a beast to a precipice. A precipice is on the brink of disaster or failure. That's what that means. Okay, now I'll be jumping out of chapter 3. Testament of 12 patriarchs, the testament of Reuben, the firstborn son of Jacob and Leah. Chapter 3, verse 2 says here, first, the spirit of fornication is seated in the nature and in the senses. The spirit of fornication. It's a spirit. See, I'm saying don't never go by how you feel, family. You know, because fornication is a spirit. You might think that that's just how I feel. And sometimes you can think that's how you feel because a spirit of fornication has attached itself to you. And they're leading you to go commit fornication with somebody because they want to feel the pleasure of it. But they need people to do it. I experienced this before in 2012. Like I said, I've been chased for 7 years now, from 2018 to now. But in 2012, when I wasn't chased, I was still, fornicating. Didn't know I had a spirit. I was aware of spirits harassing me and stuff. And I was in a relationship with somebody I wasn't married to, family. And I could feel them damn things, in the midst of us. But she wasn't aware of it. And I'm saying to myself, oh man, it just felt so disgusting. Not her, but the spirit. It was getting off with us. That's what I'm saying, family. I know what I've been talking about. Y'all didn't allow me to experience all that stuff to keep it to myself, family. I'm trying to help somebody. If you're still going there, you're with somebody carrying on like that, you're not married to, you got company. You may not be aware of it, but I'm telling you, they're there. They are there. When I was young, I used to, hey, we adults, I used to do the masturbation thing, and I thought I was just pleasuring myself until I got converted. And I realized that was a spirit. I was a spirit all along. And I was in my 40s before I realized that. It happened when I was converted. I said, oh man, I don't want to be getting those wicked, evil, perverted spirit off. So I shut that down. When I learned that these evil spirits, they get off on the things that people do, I don't want to participate in none of that no more. No fornication, no masturbation, no getting drunk, no doing drugs, no doing nothing that our Father opposes. Because all the things that he opposes, that's what the enemy tried to lead us into. So we could have sin on us. Okay? Now verse 9. Verse 9. Chapter 3, verse 9. Yep. It says here, and now, my children, love the truth, and it will preserve you. Hear the words of your father Reuben. Okay, now I'm jumping down to chapter 4 from verse 6 to 10. And it says here, for the sin of fornication is a pit to the soul, separating it from Elohim, that would be God in English, and bringing it near to idols, because it deceives the mind and understanding and leads young men into Hades before their time. That's death. Okay? For fornication has destroyed many, because though a man may be old or noble or rich or poor, he brings reproach on himself with the sons of men and derision with Belial, that is Satan. For you heard regarding Joseph, how he guarded himself from a woman and purged his thoughts from all fornication and found favor in the sight of Elohim and men. For the Egyptian woman did many things to him and summoned magicians and offered him love potions, but the purpose of his soul admitted no evil desire. Therefore the Elohim of your fathers delivered him from every evil and hidden death. For if fornication does not overcome your mind, neither can Belial overcome you. If fornication doesn't overcome our minds, neither can Satan overcome us. He used those spirits, family, because he know people like the feeling of that pleasure. But you got evil spirits are also called fornication. And they come upon people. And you're getting off and you're getting them spirits off. And you tame yourself. You're separating yourself from Yah when you commit these sins, family. See, they can't snatch you out of his hand, but they can lure you out. With the pleasures of the flesh. Remember, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. These are the things that they use to lure us out of the hand of Yah. Things that we like feeling. Even being a glutton, overeating. That's the sin. Because they always hungry and thirsty, and they'll come up on you, trying to make a glut out of you, because they know you're sinning against Yah. It is so, imperative, family, that we get this, because we got a lot of enemies out here, and they want to take us out. Okay, now I'll be going back to the book of Galatians 66. Okay. Galatians chapter 5, verse 13. And it says here, for brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. He's saying, okay, we are free, Only use not liberty for the occasion of the flesh. Don't let the fleshly desires get in the way. Family, it say, but love and serve one another. Yah's advice is that we love and serve one another. Serve one another. But don't let our flesh get in the way and cause it to be an occasion that I'm not going to do this unless I know we going to have to get together sexually. That's you're letting your flesh get in the way. And a lot of people do that. That's involved with the things of Yah. They don't know how to separate the flesh from the spirit. As I continue here. Okay, but we gotta get it. We got to get it. Okay, verse 16 says, verse 16 to 17. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. Verse 19 to 21. Now we know I read these the other day. Now the works of the flesh are manifest. These are the works of the flesh. All these I'm finna name, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. There are also evil spirits who have these same names. That's right. In order for them to work, this is their nature. In order for them to work their nature, they need bodies, and they target men and women of Yah first. But they'll get off with any people. But they love to tear Yah down by destroying his people. People who are men and women of Yah, they really attack those relationships because they're to prove Yah wrong by saying that spirits must serve mankind. Like I said, this war been going on before we was even created, family. So now Yah has created us in his image, and we are children of Yah. So now we become the enemies of these evil spirits. They become our enemies, because we belong to Yah Father. Now they hate us too. They're disgusted with us, and they have fun with so many people because so many people are so weak for fleshly desires. And these evil spirits, they're just having a field day with people because a lot of people are not making it. It says in the book of Matthew that, broad is the gate that leads to destruction, but narrow is the way, and few find that narrow gate. Few find it. Most people go the broad way, the way to destruction, because these evil spirits are leading them in their flesh. You got to get out of the flesh. Some people call themselves men and women of Yah, and, you don't even know some people, and they have the audacity to call themselves jealous of you, and you don't even know it. Some people could be mad at you, and you don't even know why. That's all fleshly stuff. And people allow themselves to be used by these spirits, and they keep attitudes for years. But they don't know they got company. They won't become spiritual. They won't get into the word of Yah, feed themselves, become more stronger spiritually, but they always feeding their flesh, watching secular movies, listening to secular music, having secular conversations, but calling themselves a man and woman of Yah, but not feeding their spirit to grow spiritually. They're constantly feeding their flesh, worldly stuff, and the flesh grows more so than the spirit man or the spirit woman. They only say they're a child of Yah by word of mouth, but you can't see it. You can't see it in how they dress. You can't see it in how they act. You can't see it in their conversation. You can't hear it in their conversation. And they all in their flesh. That's what spirits operate. As I continue. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, stripes, seditions, heresies, envyings. You got people envying you and you don't even know it. People of Yah. You know what I'm saying? They still act like they did in the world. Being jealous, envious, greed, desires. But they just playing right into the enemy's hand. You got to be, cleansed from all this wickedness. We got to be cleansed from all this wickedness. As I studied these words years ago and stuff, and I looked them all up. I said, I'm gonna make sure I'm not like this. I'm gonna make sure I'm not like that. I'm gonna make sure I'm not carrying myself with pride. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not joining with the enemies of darkness and calling myself a man of God. I'm not gonna do it. So it's good to know what this stuff is. Envy is murders, drunkenness. I thank Yah for his mercy that he didn't allow me to die in my drunken stupor. Revelings, dancing, getting drunk, being loud, having drinking contests. I thank Yah for his mercy that he led us all out of that. And such like of which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Elohim. He's not lying. He's not telling, he can't lie. He's Elohim of the universe, the creator of the universe. He cannot lie. This is written for his people. He don't want us carrying on in this. Okay, and that will be it for the 66. So in closing, I got a couple of passages to read out of the Apocalypse of Paul. The Apocalypse of Paul. And I read this not too long ago, but finally, please be mindful of every word of Yah that's written that you read. Don't overlook nothing. Okay, now, be mindful. This is called, don't let the enemies of darkness play you by causing you to lose your salvation, family. Okay, I'm starting out in chapter 15 here. And I don't think I need my glasses. Okay, now this is talking about that impious soul that came out, that man that was full of sin. Okay, it says here, he said, it were better for me if I had not been born. Okay, now when his soul and spirit came out of his body, he realized he messed up. Now he can see these angels, he can see these evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? You can smell these demons, and they stink. And even his soul had a stench because he lived wicked in the world. You know, okay. And after these things, there came at the same time the holy angels and the evil angels. See, when you in the spirit realm, everything is hiding. Like I mentioned before, all the senses are hiding. You know, you can automatically look at something. It could be 20 miles away, but when you get in that dimension, you automatically know it. You know, see what I'm saying? Okay, and I'm going back over here. I'm going to skip over here into 14 when it's talk about when Paul was taken up with the angels, and he said that he wanted to see what happens to the souls of the good and the bad, okay? And watch what Paul describes. Okay, this is chapter 14. While I was in the body in which I was snatched up to the third heaven, and I said to the angel, I wish to see the souls of the just and the sinners, and to see in what manner they go out of the body. And the angel answered and said to me, look again upon the earth. And I looked and saw all the world, and people were as naught and growing weak. He could see that people were growing weak because he's in the spirit realm. All the senses are hiding. You can see, you know everything. You know everything when you get in, everything is hiding. You know? Okay? And I looked and saw the world, and people were as naught and growing weak. And I looked carefully and saw a certain man about to die. And the angel said to me, this one whom you see is a just man. And I looked again and saw all his works. He looked again and saw all the man's works. He can tell everything that man did when he was living well. And I looked again and I saw all his works, whatever he had done for the sake of Elohim's name and all his desires. He knew all that man's desires. When you get in that spirit realm, you know everything. Everything is heightened. Your senses are more keen. Your eyesight is more keen. Your hearing, your smell, your taste, your touch, and even pain. You know what I'm saying? Like people who go to hell, pain is heightened to like a millionth degree. Fear is heightened to like a millionth degree. You know, you think you can be scared now of something in this world, in this dimension. Now, in that other dimension, when your body dies and your soul, Just say if you didn't make it and you go to hell, everything, all the torture you're going to suffer, it's going to be, the pain is going to be heightened. If something happens, if a demon like slug you in the head with something hard, your whole body going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is heightened. And while you're in hell, a soul that's in hell, they automatically, just say if it's 10 billion people down there, you automatically know everybody who's down there and what they're down there for. You know it all. Ain't nobody got to tell you nothing. And you'll also know who you are and why you're there, and you know that you're there because you're supposed to be there. So this ain't no game, family. You know what I'm saying? People try to kill themselves to escape from this world. They took, it's like you jumped out the frying pan into the fire for real. There ain't no place nobody want to go, family. But evil spirits, they lure people into things that their flesh desires. And that's how they get people in sin. They play on the pleasures of people. People like the way it feels when you, sin feels good. When you're getting drunk, when you're using drugs, people like to get high. But all that stuff is against Yah. Fornicating. It might feel good, but it's leading you to hell. That's no place for nobody want to go, family. But a lot of people, sorry to say it, but a lot of people ain't going to find out that it's real until they get there. Unless they turn their life around and start choosing Yah and his word, because that's the only escape that he has for us. That narrow road, that narrow gate, it says very few find it. Okay, this one whom you see is a just man, and I looked and saw all his works, whatever he had done for the sake of Elohim's name, and all his desires, both what he remembered and what he did not remember. Paul could see all that. He knew everything the man remembered and all the stuff that he didn't remember. He knew what the man didn't remember, but the man didn't remember what he couldn't remember. See, when you're in that realm, all your senses is heightened, okay? All of your senses is heightened. Nobody have to introduce you to nobody when you get in that realm. If you make it to heaven, ain't nobody going to have to say, come on, let me show you King David. Let me take you over here to Moses. Let me let you see, meet Daniel. Let me introduce you to Elijah. When you see him, you're going to already know who they are. You're going to already know who they are. And you're going to already know how long they've been there. That's right. For real. Okay? And what he had and what he did not remember. They all stood in his sight in the hour of need. And I saw the just man advance and find refreshment and confidence. And before he went out of the world, the holy and the impious angels both attended. Good angels and evil angels was there. When you die, they could be 20 miles away, but they could see exactly when somebody's finna die. And they move at the speed of sound. At the speed of sight. At the speed of thought, Not sound, not the speed of light, but they move at the speed of thought. When you're in the spirit realm, angels and evil spirits, they move just that quick. So covering 20 miles would be just like that. As soon as you die, they right there. You know what I'm saying? You can see what Paul said. He saw a man, growing weak, and people in the world. You can see all that when you get in that realm. Okay, and before he went out of the world, the holy and the impious angels both attended, and I saw them all. But the impious found no place of habitation in him, but the holy angels took possession of his soul, guiding it till it went out of the body. Okay, but this man right here, the one we're talking about, watch what it say about him. This impious man, the one that didn't make it. Okay, now, he said, it were better if I were not born. And after these things, there came at the same time the holy angels and the evil angels, and the soul of the sinner saw both. The holy angels did not find a place in him. The holy angels didn't find a place in this man. Okay, moreover, the evil angels cursed it. And when they had drawn it out of the body, the angels admonished it a third time. He was catching hell. He ain't even went to heaven yet. To face the just judge, saying, O wretched soul, look upon your flesh from which you have come out. For it is necessary that you should return to your flesh in the day of resurrection, that you may receive what is due for your sins. Everybody going to be rewarded for what they do in this life. You're going to be rewarded for your good deeds, or you're going to be rewarded for your sins and your impieties. Okay, now chapter 16 over here says, okay, O wretched soul, I am the angel belonging to you, relating daily to the Adonai your evil works, whatever you did night and day. I'm jumping down here, it says. Okay, but you have lost the time of repentance. I have become a stranger to you, and you to me. Let us go on then to the just judge. I will not dismiss you before I know from today I am to be a stranger to you. And the spirit afflicted it. Some spirit caused it pain. That's affliction. That's what that is. And the spirit afflicted it, and the angel troubled it. He was catching hell because he was so wicked in the world. He was casting off a stench. When they had arrived at the powers, when it started to enter heaven, a burden was imposed upon it above all other burden. Okay? Error and oblivion and murmuring met it. See, these are spirits. Murmuring, people murmuring and complaining, that's also the name of a spirit, an evil spirit. Oblivion, error, the spirits of error. You know, those also are spirits. People make errors in their life, but these also are spirits. They come upon people and cause people to make errors. These spirits of murmuring, they come on people and cause them to murmur and complain all the time. Sometimes you can have company. You know what I'm saying? Family, hey, check it out. But that ain't all. Okay, error and oblivion and murmuring met it, and the spirit of fornication. See? Fornication is a spirit. It's what people experience being with somebody else, but they're also spirits by that name. And this is what they like doing. And they join themselves with people who do that because that's what they are, a spirit of fornication. And the rest of the powers, so many more also came to see if they had something on this empire soul before it went into heaven. See, the things that we do on the earth, we might not pay for them while we down here, but when we die, that's when we pay for sins. If you haven't converted and if you haven't repented, and this guy didn't repent, you know what I'm saying? But if you have repented, family, people who living in sin and non-believers, they should be afraid of a message like this. But for us, family, we love Yah. And we honor his 10 commandments and honor his Sabbath. And our conversations are always on Yah, the Ruach, and Yahushua Mashiach. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We're in the strong tower where we belong with Yah. And all we got to do is stay in there and don't allow ourselves to be lured out by somebody, you know, carrying a spirit, trying to get you to commit an act of fornication or get drunk with them. We stay out of that kind of stuff. The word of Yah says what kind of people who indulge in certain things won't be there. So all we got to do is keep ourselves free and clean, family, from all that wickedness, and we good. And we don't have to fear. You know, just stay on our P's and Q's and do like we doing, honor Yah's 10 commandments and his Sabbath days, you know what I'm saying? And stay out of wickedness, off of Satan's turf, and we don't have to fear a message like this. So family, I went longer than I wanted to, but I hope everybody be edified and your Father is glorified. So family, this was don't let the enemies of darkness play you by causing you to lose your salvation. I'm Brother Judah Israel. I hope you got some understanding in Yah's precious name. So until next time, may Yah bless you, your family. Stay safe, one love, and shalom.